Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video, and this is a paid request from Rapid Kirby 3K, who wanted me to do a commentary on Equilibrium, which I've always liked and enjoyed this film. I always thought this film was quite a bit underrated. I don't think it doesn't get the love it deserves, in my opinion. In terms of like when this came out, it bombed and did nothing at the box office. Critics took a dump on it, which to me, I'm not alone. I mean, it has a 7.3 on IMDb, so I'm not the only one that really enjoys this film, but I have a feeling this is another film that was screwed over by Miramax because it got done filming, I think, sometime in 2000, but it just got released like December 2002, so I don't know. I'm just saying I would not be surprised if you find a story that someone, Weinstein, screwed and messed with this film. But I quite like it. But if anyone wants to request any other type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thought streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, topic tier list, randomness, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. I have the subtitles on. It's just better to do it that way because just in case something I need to make sure if something out there needs to be done. You know, cats need anything. I don't know, it's just the way it is out here in the middle of nowhere. Have to be careful. And anyway, I don't know, I'm rambling now. But I'm pausing the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Of course, Miramax, the Weinsteins, which there's been word of them messing with a lot of projects, whether it be editing, delaying movies, plenty of films, of course, especially Dimension. A lot of films on the Dimension Films block. It's like, if it's a Dimension Films flick, more than likely the Weinsteins fucked around with it. Does you hear stories like Guillermo del Toro and his bad experience with them making Mimic? Halloween 6 went through different cuts, of course. Maybe Night Watch as well, maybe? No. I'm trying to think. I know there's been a history of them. But this is directed by Kurt Wimmer. Now, Kurt Wimmer, his name is on the Brian Bosworth film, One Tough Bastard, also known as... what the hell was the other title of the movie? But, from what I understand, Kurt Wimmer only did a little bit of the film. He got fired, and someone else technically made most of the film, but he got the credit for it. So I don't know if that Brian Bosworth movie is really much of his film, but this one is. And it's easily Kurt Wimmer's best film. There's Ultraviolet, I was not a fan of. I thought that film sucked. And then he did one of those Children of the Corn movies, one of those reboots, and that film heavily sucked. So the plot of the film may seem fairly familiar if you know of stories like Fahrenheit 451, 1984, even, I think it was a THS 1138, one of those stories where you have the Big Brother authority figure controlling the population, you have the wanting to get rid of emotions, them being outlaws, so art, movies, and that nature, they want to get rid of that because they feel that will lead to war, disease, all sorts of stuff. So it's very much of an oppressive society, as well as taking this drug to dull your emotions so you could be pretty much in essence, walking zombies in a way. And so they explained at the beginning where you have these clerics, these people that kind of lead and know this art called gun kata, and they take this drug, emotionless, driven. They just have a goal in mind. to take care of these rebels. So we have Christian Bale, we got Sean Bean, and their outfits that are probably going for a little bit of a Gestapo type of look. But yeah, I've always been a fan of this film. I saw this film, it was on DVD. And I remember the DVD cover, the one of the few critics that liked it, they liked it better than The Matrix. I'm like, okay, what's the deal with this? And as I watched the film, this was the first thing I ever saw Christian Bale in. At this point, I didn't know who the fuck Christian Bale was. I had not seen American Psycho. And I think this scene here, when he goes in, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is a bit unique. With what he does here, with how controlled, where he's like doing these positions coming up here. Everything's dark, and then you'll just see the, you know, it's kind of like, what's going on here? You just hear voices, it's all black. But I thought this was very cool looking, very stylish. Now him doing kind of like this, you tell there's some effects used. But I think with the way it's edited and it being so dark and only being lit by the barrels of the gun, I'm able to forgive it. And it looks like that straight up looks like a comic book. Like straight out of a comic book. And it reminds me of what they did in The Batman. Remember in The Batman where you have the whole corridor dark and you just see the muzzle flashes and Batman's beating them up? That's what it reminds me of. So I don't know if they ever saw this film. Which, I mean, would be ironic because Christian Bale, who would later be Batman, did it. But I remember first seeing it and go, wow, that's unique. That looks cool. I'd never seen a scene like that. And I know people ridicule, that's one of the things people ridicule about the film, is the gun kata. Oh, the gun kata is ridiculous. The gun kata is silly. But I like it. It's something unique. They try to do something a bit different. And I like it. It makes it its own look, its own choreography. And whether it works in reality or not, I think it works for this film, the story of the film, of just like you would with the martial arts move, the aiming precision, what are the most precise movements with the little amount of movement I need to do in order to reach my target. So this almost like a science. So by their logic, I just see the reasoning behind it and think, oh, that actually seems kind of cool. Actually seems kind of neat. And it makes for some fun action sequences. I think it's where it's like the Mona Lisa's in this, and they burn it up, which is a hell of a statement to make. But it shows how far they are to, you know, one of the most famous paintings. This guy's going to say it is legit. So that bit of history and art, burn it. Which is weird that when I don't have feelings for the people that die before a piece of, you know, material. But I think it's just the symbolism behind it and what it means and what the society's turning into, what we lost in the process. And by the story, Sean Bean, he's feeling the emotions, but Christian Bale isn't. And then later on in the film, Christian Bale will be in Sean Bean's position, looking, studying more, understanding more. He's going to have something there. They take into evidence. Christian Bale will go through a similar thing later. Like I said, at this point, I had not seen American Psycho. I did eventually see it after this and quite liked it. I think American Psycho is a good movie. But this was always my favorite Christian Bale movie. I liked his performance. I liked the character arc he goes through. It may be something you've seen before, but I think they do it very well. I think Christian Bale knocks it out of the park. I think for the budget they had, it's a very ambitious looking movie. I like the unique choreography they have in the film. Christian Bale kicks a lot of ass. I heard apparently he kills like over 100 people in the movie. Which, I don't remember him killing that. I know he kills a lot of people in the movie. I don't remember it was that much. But yeah, he kills a lot of fucking people in the movie. And I don't mind the Big Brother aspect. Again, it's not the most original, but it's still an interesting theme. And you know what? Could still happen one day with how they oppress not only just, you have misinformation, but just how wanting more control, oppression, believe what we want you to believe, feel, and think, or in this case, don't think what we want you to think. Of course, I wouldn't say the guy at the stadium talking. I remember him from Dog Soldiers. He was also in Event Horizon. This is where everybody takes their drug to keep remaining emotionless. Pretty much twisting the truth about how this is for the better cause and how, by doing this it'll rid, turmoil and horror and pain and war and all that stuff. Because emotions means you get angry, you get rage. Of course, one of the guys clapping is William Fichtner, which he's been a lot of stuff. He was in Armageddon. He was in The Lone Ranger as the main villain. He was in that 2014 Ninja Turtles film as... I think originally they did want him as Shredder or Schrader, as they were called, but I think they added the Shredder in like last minute. But yeah. But yeah, I just thought like the look of the film was very ambitious for what they had. For a film that barely got a release, it's a shame. Because, as much as I like The Matrix 2 and 3, I do think this is... I know it sounds stupid, but like the best Matrix sequel we got is that Matrix sequel. And I like The Matrix. Sometimes I wonder if I like this film more. I do like The Matrix, but there are some days I wonder, do I like this film more than The Matrix? I go back and forth. It's a good double feature, I'll say that. And if you're tired of seeing The Matrix, Equilibrium is very much, again, a film that gets slept on. I think to this day still gets slept on. Because I've never heard anyone ask Christian Bale about this film. But this is the one film I would ask Christian Bale about. But yeah, I don't think I looked it up. I don't think anyone's ever asked Christian Bale about Equilibrium. Which is a shame, because you would think like of all the movies he's been in, all the interviews he's done, you have to think one of these would be a fan of the film like me, and obviously a lot of people are, because again, it's like a 7.3 on IMDb. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know why the critics were so. Critics, I mean, we all have different opinions. I mean, that's just how it is. We find nuggets of information about what happened to his wife. He had to turn his own wife in because that was his job. And so it was like these guys are testing him to see if he'll become emotional, and if not, then he can still be a cleric. But you can tell something in the back of his head that's just trying to peek out, but this drug is holding that back. And he's noticing if Sean Bean actually did take this drug or not. And he's going to find out that, wait a minute, he didn't put in anything into evidence. Yeah, $5.3 million it made on a $20 million budget. Ridiculous. I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, maybe Christian Bale wasn't, a commodity name. I mean, American Psycho was one thing, but I wonder if this same film was released after, say, Batman, or Batman Begins, and you had a better release in December, then, I don't know, maybe it would have worked out better. I don't know. But you have Angus McFadden, who was in Warriors of Virtue, if you remember that film. I guess he was in the Saw films? I don't even remember that, him being in the Saw films. But yeah, I remember in Warriors of Virtue. Now that, he's like the main bad guy in that. I think he was the guy who Christian Bale was talking to, where the guy's trying to gauge his emotions or lack thereof. Then, of course, Sean Bean, one of the films that he does die in. So yeah, GoldenEye, he was the main villain. He didn't die in the Silent Hill films. He was in both of them, and he was the dad, and he didn't die in those, but the Hitcher remake, that awful piece of shit remake. Yeah, I think the guy we saw earlier in the film, that was Dominic Purcell. That's the guy from Prison Break, and he was in Blade Trinity as Dracula. Let's see if anyone has ever asked Christian Bale about this movie. If not, that's just fucking weird. I mean, maybe not as weird as I'm making out, but like, how many times can you ask the guy about Batman? I would definitely be asking him about. And this definitely one. I mean, it's mentioned here, but it is interesting how, like, the more the movie goes on, the more of the violence you do see. It's in the dark, and you see the muzzle flashes. Here, you see more of the book than blood. You see the book right here, fluttering more than blood or anything. But you definitely see a lot more of the hits as the movie goes on. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's only from interviews from back in the day. So I apologize. I'm going to spend a bit of time trying to find anything. Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to find any. But there's Taye Diggs, which I remember he was in House on Haunted Hill, 1999 remake. Been in quite a few other films throughout the years. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think anyone really asked him about the movie, which is a shame. Yeah. And of course, it's like everything. There's no cut. There's not much for color. It's all the same color. There's nothing to really get any remote emotions going. It's the same color. There's nothing fancy about the apartment or anything in between. Even that little bit of choreography, I think, is pretty fun. It's. I know it's his opinion, but some of these reviews and videos, they get. I don't know. Some of these videos get like all these thousands and thousands of fucking. I don't know, man. Oh, it's my friend doing a stream. I'm actually going to say hi while I'm doing this.
Remember a lot of times when I used to play games like this, I died mostly from hitting the wall.
I bet it's my friend Michael K. I'm going to see if he can give any thoughts on it.
Fingers do get tired too.
Hey there, Michael. Funny enough, I caught you live as I'm currently doing a commentary for the film Equilibrium with Christian Bale from 2002. Any thoughts on the film? I think it's underrated. The serum is broken, so that's going to lead to him.
I hope so. Just straight ahead. Just oh, they are home. Oh, God, my hands are already tired. Fingers rather.
See, I think we find out that the son is actually
Already tired.
off the meds as we speak, but he's been hiding it for so long.
You might
So I
be
thought it
able
was
to
a really nice moment when the son and the father get together,
but
where it seems like the son will turn him
it's an interesting
over, but we find out that he's been helping it when he helps his dad, like he's been helping his sister and such.
Hey, Matt,
It's a nice family
it's
moment.
gonna be hard to read, man. Let's see. Commentary for the film Equilibrium with Christian Bale. I think I own that film. I think I saw that film a while ago. I think I liked it though, if I remember correctly. It's not a bad movie. I mean, in my opinion, it's not a bad movie. How do I get back to the game? Okay. Yeah, I decided to do a quick stream tonight, Matt, since I have to work in the morning, and I figure this game I probably won't last too long, so it'll be quick. I didn't want to play it like God of War because I would be on it too long.
So he hasn't seen the film in a while, but he remembered liking the film and enjoying the film. So sorry, Michael, if you somehow see this, yeah, you're live, but I did. So yeah, this is a film that definitely has a fan base. I like the film. He likes the film. I know my friend Efrey likes the film quite a bit. I don't know if my friend Fabio ever saw the film. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, there's definitely much more of the little backstory where he had to turn. Well, actually, no, that's not the case. Will remind him of what happened to his wife, because now we have the first inclination of not taking the drug for a day. So now his emotions are slowly rising, but now he's also going to have to deal with what happened to his own wife. I think that's the purpose of this lady here, is that he couldn't save his own wife. Maybe he could save her, but he doesn't save her as well. So at least that's the way I interpret it, is that this lady is like what happened to his wife. And then when he's under the influence of this old drug, it was to turn anybody in that needed to be turned in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But now, slowly regaining humanity. And I know, like, some people go on about, well, the guy's never in danger. What, you mean he's good at his job? How many action films have we seen where the guy's good at his job, but probably same people that praise, you know, a number of those fucking Fast and Furious films, and those guys were never in danger. You never felt that. Or like Commando. I love Commando, but a lot of them love Commando. But it's not like you felt Arnold was ever in danger. Some films don't need that. Some films work without that aspect. But when a film has little to no merit and doesn't have that either, that's another knock against it. I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe it's just me being jealous or something. You know, I'll see some of these people that make this video, these type of videos, in my opinion, praising bullshit and shitting on good movies. And then their video gets, you know, 100,000 or 80,000 or 200,000 views, and I'll be lucky if I get 100 views with this commentary. So maybe it's a level of jealousy. I don't know. I guess I'm just a simpleton that likes certain things and dislike others. These are probably the same people that are praising Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is just a fucking copy of Star Wars A New Hope. But they're like, oh wow, this is so fantastic and wonderful. I'm like, really? Okay. Or Alien Romulus, praising that. Oh, you mean it was just like all the Alien films put together? Greatest hits. Oh, okay. Oh, they stole that scene, they stole that scene, they stole that scene, they stole that scene, but oh, it's such a good return for the Alien franchise. Really? Or they love Prey. When the fuck was that, you know, 80-pound chick ever in danger? Goddamn Predator, all done CGI. But she do all this parkour shit, do this, duck over here, flip over, stand on her twat waffle, do a cartwheel and a loop-de-loop, and oh, the Predator got his arm cut off, and then blah, blah, blah. But that was realistic. But you get mad at this film. Okay. Alright, okay. Different shows for different folks. That's really the only answer that can be. Also, the gun kata is another level of control. We have to control everything in their lives, including how to fire a gun, how to use weapons. We need to control every aspect of the film, including that. And it's going to feel more and more and more emotions coming through. And if you haven't had emotions for that long, that might be in a weird way another addicting drug onto itself. It's just like, well, I made it one day. Let's see how this works another day. So yeah, then again, you also have a guy dealing with the, like I said before, the death of his wife. Feeling wonder, feeling awe, feeling things that we take for granted, but they've been subdued for years and years and years. Like a new awakening. I like that even the stuff on the windows have been put over just to dampen, again, any remote thought of emotion of seeing outside, looking at the landscape. And I think the movie costs like 20 million or so. But like I was saying before, when I was hearing a bit of Michael talking, what was I going to say? I liked also that you find out that the kids, they're in the same boat. So now you think of, oh man, how much and how often the kid had to hide their emotions from their dad, and how much that would screw you up, and how much stress that would be. And then once, the kid finds out, you have that smile. I think it's that bit where then you know what I'll have to do. And the kid has a smile. Like, yeah, fuck him up. Yeah, that type of thing. It gives like a nice ooh-rah moment. But yeah, then one reviewer is like, a movie that thinks it's smart. But it's not really. Oh, you mean like every fucking Ari Aster or like most A24 films? Then these probably people who fucking love every. I mean, if you love every A24 film that come out, fine. I can name on one hand the amount I thought were good. Most of them I thought are pretentious, full of shit, that are not as smart as they think they are, or as brilliant as they think they are. So, probably like a lot of these other fucking A24 films, It Comes at Night, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Hereditary, Midsommar. Oh, this is so great. Oh, yeah? Fucking person jumped or pushed off a fucking cliff, so spend the next 5 to 10 goddamn minutes bitching about a report. You stole my report. No, you stole my report. Who gives a fuck? Someone just died. Who gives a shit? Anyway. Yeah, thing with the emotions overcoming is such a new experience that you gotta have to. It's hard to even control and dabble, and it makes you even more curious, makes you more intrigued, like you're a kid again. This is a new thing you found, and it's. Of course, Taye Diggs, his tier has been higher because Sean Bean was, found to be showing emotion, so he's wondering about the is Christian Bale going through any of it as well? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, the thing said, oh, Christian Bale's theater kills over 100. I don't know. I don't remember him killing that many people in the movie. I remember he's got a good sized body count, but I don't remember that much. I mean, they said, oh, he kills over 100 people. I'm like, does he? I don't remember him killing that much. That many people. But I guess he got, when he saves the dog, he kills a couple people there. You got the bits where He's got the butt of the guns and killing people. You got the whole hallway scene. You got the whole scene with all the using the swords. So you got all that. Yeah, these guys never had a chance. But yeah, that's one thing you know, there was always that fear, whether it's a leader to be fascist or wherever the case may be, oppression, control, to do what we say. But see, you do what we say, you follow what we do for your safety, so you to be comfortable, so you to be fine. But it's just a level of control. Money or control, power or control, power and money. Yeah, money and power seems to be two of the biggest things to try to get either corrupt or do evil things. Money, power, or simple evil delight in it. Suffering of others. Either you don't get some money out of it, it makes you feel powerful, strong about it, or it gives you some sick pleasure on it. Of course, after this, Christian Bale would go on to be in Batman Begins, which really elevated his career, and he did The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. He was in that film Rescue Dawn. He was in Ford versus Ferrari, which I liked, with him and I think it was Matt Damon in that. I do remember liking that film. He's been in other films too. But yeah, this was always my favorite of his. I like the world it showcases. I like the story. Honestly, this is probably my favorite version of that Orwellian George Orwell, not Orson Welles, Orwellian vibe motif. This is my favorite version of it because you get the gist of it, but it's also a very entertaining action film with some kick-ass moments, some badass moments, some cool action moments, as well as your themes and your message. So you got that, and you got the entertainment factor. Yes, you had 1984 and those movies, but I wouldn't really call them entertaining. I wouldn't really call the versions of Fahrenheit 451 or, again, 1984 stuff entertaining. This, you get those, but it's entertaining as an action film. And also, if we're being honest, like, it is compared to The Matrix. What about this is like The Matrix, if you really think about it? If you really think about it. Okay, they dress in black. I don't remember a whole lot of bullet time in this. Hell, I think Bulletproof Monk had more fucking bullet time than this. I don't remember any bits of bullet time. I don't think there's any wire work involved in this. The gun kata, I would say, is different from the stuff in the Matrix, especially the first one. Like those gunfights, I would say is okay. They're wearing black. God, they're wearing black. But I mean, it's not like there's a character in here that's like Morpheus. There's not a character in here that's like Trinity. I would even say Christian Bale and Neo, I think, are two very different characters. Two different backstories. They don't share like similar backstories or anything. So I think the environments are different. I mean, you have a drug that suppresses your emotion, but that's not... Nothing about that is in the Matrix. You know what I mean? There's no drug that suppresses your emotion. So again, other than them dressing in black, and there's guns being shot, and it's a sci-fi film, there's not a whole lot that's like the Matrix. Which I know, that's why I did the joke of... It's not a joke, but I'm like... Oh, it's like the best sequence in the Matrix. Because everyone kept saying it's like the Matrix. But again, if you really watch, you know, no, it doesn't really have a whole lot of things like the Matrix. It really doesn't. So, I'm sure that fucking guy that did that review probably mentioned it was like the Matrix or something. Again, I think Bulletproof Monk copied more of the Matrix than this fucking movie did. With the action scenes and the wire work and the bullet time and other shit. That ripped it off more. And with bullet time, Blade did it before the Matrix. When Wesley Snipes shooting and Steven Dorff is moving out of the way, you see the bullet going past. That's fucking bullet time. In 1998. How Remo Williams in the 80s dodged bullets. Like, you know. Well, Neo didn't dodge bullets. He stopped them. Well, no, he dodged it. And that, you know, going, you know, that thing. Well, Remo Williams dodged bullets before Neo. There you go. Does that mean, you know, does that mean Neo ripped off Remo fucking Williams or ripped off Blade? Hey, Blade, they dress in black. And Blade, you have the Chosen One. And Blade, you have, again, the bit of bullet time. Are we saying the Matrix stole from Blade? No. And if you look at the Matrix, there are plenty of things of anime and other stuff that could be reminding you of the Matrix. I'm sorry, damn. Nose is itching. I guarantee you, if you delve into the Matrix, there's a lot of things that the Matrix is borrowed from. So come on now. So many, I mean, fucking the original Star Wars borrowed from Akira Kurosawa and Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon. More Flash Gordon, I would say. It's how you utilize it, of course. It's how you use the elements for your favor. The Force Awakens, I thought was just lazy and shitty, with a lame story, lame characters, and part of its own fucking franchise that it copied. And very much copied. Now don't jerk off with that. If you know why it's him look at the evidence and there's like a ribbon and stuff and he's a little bit of the scent. This is where he kept the dog. I don't know, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. Might be coming up here. There's a motorcycles in the truck. Yeah, I think somewhere here. Yeah, it's just trying to get the dog to go away. Look at the cute puppy. And I'm more of a dog person, but that is a cute puppy. Well, I'm more of a cat person. Sorry, I'm more of a cat person. Much more of a cat person, but that is a very cute puppy. Ah. The way the eyes are. And, I mean, this might be, as they call it, cheap tactics, but come on. What's the way to really root for your hero? Him protecting a little cute puppy. Yeah, you can't leave the little guy. I do like this bit here where it's like, oh, you don't put him, but try and be a little bit nice. Make a little bit of bed or something. Right here. They think he's a trespasser. They don't find out till later that, a little bit he's a cleric. But this is a very fun scene. Now, granted, I mean, it's not, wall-to-wall action. I mean, it's the last time we saw Christian Bale kick some ass was at the beginning of the movie. But it's building up, and the payoff works. That's the thing. If you're going to build it up, you got to make the payoff worth it. This, to me, the payoff really, that hallway where he's fucking shooting everybody, and then the sword play stuff, made it worth it. Even this stuff here is a very fun scene. Up, there you go. And again, this may be a bit, I don't know how to put it. What would you, I mean, John Wick before John Wick, there you go. That's so awesome. Blows the shit, what a cool fucking bit of business. That is so fucking cool. Well, there you go, John Wick. Oh, is he ever in danger? Okay, well, if that's the case, then I guess people don't like the fucking, John Wick films, at least the first three. Ah, there you go. That is so fucking cool. Like, that is fucking awesome. I don't give a shit what anyone says. That is fucking cool. A different way of doing a gunfight scene. That is interesting, and I mean, some people say it's goofy looking. I don't see it that way. That's such intriguing in a stylistic way that is its own identity. It really showcases him as a fucking badass. all about like the science trajectory. So how do you do like a martial arts scene with fights, but the guns are the extensions? I can understand and get it. I like that. I like that bit of business. I'm trying to think if this is when the kid finds it. Well, no. No, it's something where, yeah, because he looks and it's not there anymore. So he knows it's been found. It is the kid found it. But I wonder, like, where does he hide the dog? Does he hide the dog in his room? And making sure no one will hear it? Of course, we did a bit of a setup for the sword bit. And we have a fight scene with Taye Diggs. And we see Taye Diggs getting a little bit of... See, and I like this. I like this setup because, again, it shows that he knows how to handle a sword. Which definitely, I think, helped Christian Bale when he had stuff like this in Batman Begins. During those training scenes when he's with Liam Neeson. But then you see that Taye Diggs is kind of on equal footing, or maybe even gets the upper hand. And then we just see, like, this is a guy who's emotional. This is a guy who's conflicted. Christian Bale is. But when he is full control and steady as hell, Taye Diggs is no match. No match at all. Like the last time we fought, which is this here, like right here, he's getting the hits on him. I think he's conflicted. He's trying to figure out how to deal with these emotions. But when he's pissed off front and center, he's like, you ain't nothing. 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 You cocky little shit. You cocky motherfucker. But yeah, I do like Taye Diggs as an actor. He's in this show. Oh yeah, okay. If I could grab this, there's a show he was in. If I could pull this out without it falling. Come on. Sorry about that. Gotta put those back in. Put that back in. Daybreak. This is a very underrated show. It only lasted one season. 13 episodes, including 7, never aired. So, only 6 aired when it came out. And it's a shame. They only showed 6 episodes of this. And it's pretty much if you took Groundhog Day, reliving the same day over and over again, but you put into a detective, crime show where Taye Diggs is a cop. He's accused of shooting someone. He's been framed. And each day he wakes up, he's got to try to figure more and more of who's framing him, what's going on, save the people he cares for, who are the bad guys, who are the good guys. And you got Adam Baldwin from Full Metal Jacket. You got... How the hell did I forget his damn name? How did I forget his name? Played Skinner on the X-Files. He played... he was in Shock... Mitch Pileggi. Who was in the X-Files as Skinner. He was in Shocker. as Horace Pinker. But yeah, Mitch Pileggi, Adam Baldwin, Taye Diggs is the star. And thankfully, they were able to have all the episodes, so it did have an ending. You tell it was a bit rushed. Maybe it's one of those things they filmed it that, in case we at least have some kind of ending. So it feels as if maybe there should have been a few more scenes that help flesh things out more. But it's nice to still have it in. Ooh, that broken bone. Ooh, broken arm. Ooh, got that guy there. He's with them. Oh, shit. Ooh. It's the bright. Ooh. That one where it broke, you just see blood red. I love like the brightening of the glass really brought a visceralness to it. See, that's a cool scene, and that was nothing like The Matrix. That was a cool scene with the. I haven't seen that before. You have your guns, and then they have like these nail studs that come out and use them as a weapon. But yeah, if you like Taye Diggs, definitely check out this show. I think someone did like HD versions of this, like a fan conversion. You can maybe find on YouTube or somewhere on the interwebs, if not on YouTube. This I got for $3. It was a good purchase. 2-disc. But yeah, this was a good show, underrated show. Recommended if you like stories like Groundhog Day, Edge of Tomorrow, those type of stories. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. You see that he's counting how many he could kill, how many bullets he get off, do it auto. And you see what he's trying to do. He's going to try to kill them all, the bad guys. I thought that was interesting. That he was going to try to kill them all. He may die from it, but one of them says, "No, don't try it, dude." Now, granted, I don't know why Taye Diggs is not seeing this. This should be all obvious that he's hesitant. He's looking over. The guy's shaking his head. Like, if you're trying to be a character, notice these things. This should be quite obvious as to what's going on, but maybe it's one of those I need absolute proof to really bury this guy or something. So he obviously knows, that's why he's watching him. So he obviously knows what's going on. He knows, he's just watching him. I think maybe they get concrete proof. Not just hearsay, not just what I think. I thought that was an interesting choice for environment, having them in front of that glass so that you see from behind and shooting through the glass. Thought that was interesting choice, like I said, for environment. God, each time I see that guy, I'm like, yep, that is the guy from Warriors of Virtue, which is an awful fucking movie. That's an awful fucking film. That's like a film that wanted to be Ninja Turtles, but failed in every step of the fucking way. The kangaroos were, they weren't any amount of focus. They weren't good at all. They do shit about the kid. It's like, my God, man. Sorry, I have to respond to someone. That's how it goes. That's the real life business. I think what it is with me, I know there's a lot of these commentators and stuff that have much more in depth about the psychology and the sociology and the economic philosophy of this or that film. That's just not how I look at most movies. I'm a type of guy that when I started watching movies back in the day, not in the day, back in the day, let me do this so I can actually form a cohesive thought. But as I was saying, it's one of those things where I looked towards movies for entertainment. Is something fun? Or was it funny? Did it work as a horror movie? The effects, the action. That's the stuff I look towards to this day. Movies to me are escapism from reality, and I want to be entertained. Escape into that world for 90 minutes or 2 hours and be entertained. Come out and then do whatever needs to be done on that day. Because that's what I want to do. So, whether it be the films that I love and I really enjoy and feel for throughout the years, that's why. Because they entertain me in some way, shape, or form. I do think entertainment has gone downhill. I don't think they know how to... I mean, if you have a number of people that want to shit on a film like this, shit on films like Hard Target or Broken Arrow or fucking Cobra, no wonder entertainment's in the shitter. If this is what they consider subpar or dumb or terrible or goofy or cheesy or whatever the case, no wonder they don't... If that's what they consider, if that's the mental gymnastics they're throwing themselves through, is there any wonderment as to why entertainment's such nowadays? They don't... They make these bland, generic, blasé, in one ear, out the other movies. The last half dozen films with The Rock, you're not going to remember a goddamn thing about Red One or Red Notice or San Andreas or Skyscraper. The DC or Marvel superhero films, other than like the Batman or the Joker, but I'm talking about like the Flash, Thunderbolts, Black Widow, yes, even Fantastic Four First Steps, you're not going to remember much of a goddamn thing about these movies a year or 2 or 3 years. I guarantee you, 1 or 2 years down the road, No one's gonna remember a fucking thing about Thunderbolts. Of course, I mentioned Thunderbolts because that one list said it was one of the 25 best superhero films of all time. I'm like, really? Really? One of the best superhero films of all time. Okay. Thunderbolts. Okay. It is what it is, I guess. Ah, there's William Fichtner. He's the. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Why Taye Diggs. I just remember now. Why Taye Diggs does not bring him in right now to use him to hopefully find. They find out, oh, he's got emotions. Then wait. Don't bring him in yet. Let's see if he can somehow get into the threshold of the rebels. If that's the case, we'll know where they are and we'll know how to wipe them out. Alright, you just have to. So yeah, he's at the rebels and they're doing these tests on him and stuff. Okay. Sorry, I had to do it. Actually, I'm doing this. What else came out in 2002? I'm just curious. I know Spider-Man, the first one came out in 2002. But what else was in the pipeline of 2002? The biggest films of that year. Number 1, Spider-Man. Number 2, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Number 3, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Number 4, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Number 5, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Number 6, Signs. Number 7, Austin Powers and Goldmember. Number 8, Men in Black 2. Number 9, Ice Age. And number 10, Chicago. So there you go. I'm curious. So around this time you had Adaptation, Analyze That, this film, About Schmidt, Drumline, Star Trek Nemesis, and then Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Granted, it had like a week or two before The Two Towers, but damn. Yeah, but it didn't seem like it got much of any advertisement. Because I damn sure can tell you, I never saw a fucking trailer for the film when it was going into theaters. I never saw one goddamn trailer for the movie. I could tell you that much. Not a single one. Sorry, I'm just looking at this random bit here. McDonald's took over by customers, manager asleep. At a McDonald's location, customers ran the restaurant for an entire day, cooking and serving themselves after the worn out manager dozed off for several hours. What the fuck? Is this for real? Yeah, they ain't normal. Hope she's okay. Call an ambulance. Where are the rest of the workers? Could be a medical emergency. Her blood sugar could be dropping. Yeah, that's not typical. Holy shit. Sorry. It's one of these weird things when fucking Instagram pops up and some random fucking story like that. God damn, man. Anyway. Sorry about that. Back to the movie. So the rebels have an idea to use the cleric, have a plan. These bad guys pretty much know what's going on, so they're going to use him to get close to the rebels and find out what's going on. Yeah, at one point he's going to open that and they're all going to be gone, and the kid. That's when we find out that the kid knows. But that'll be in a bit. Still got half an hour left. That's with the end credits. And that kick-ass action sequence. Because I know we still have the girl that gets fried and burnt up, the rebels getting killed, Christian Bale being found out, then again that whole scene with the kid. Idea, where is he keeping the dog? Is he keeping the dog in his room, or where the fuck is the dog being kept? That's what I'm wondering now. I'm wondering where the fuck the dog is. Where's the... Now, I don't know if this is true. I read up that they had to change the story a little bit because the dog grew more than it was supposed to. So they wanted, of course, the dog to be that same. So it grew more. So it makes me wonder what all they wanted to do with that then. I don't know, maybe by the time they were going to explain what happened with the dog, it grew too big or something. Again, I always viewed it as him trying to help this lady, as him trying to help the wife that he couldn't help. If somehow I help her, it would give some kind of recourse, some kind of... I don't know. Trying to forgive himself for failing his own wife. You have to think there'd be probably cameras in here. By the end, if they know and they're using them, yep, there are. I was gonna say, I bet there's cameras. You would think Christian Bale would know that. With the amount of times he's done interrogations, you would think he would know there's cameras around. Whether it's the emotions, like maybe not making him as steely minded as he would as a cleric before, Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. I don't know. Sorry about that. I think he does try to find a way to stop it, but he's too late. Can't do it in time. Yeah, I don't know if that thing's right. I don't think, I mean, just curious. Body count. Equilibrium. No, god damn it. Trying to do one of these fucking phones. Just give me the fucking thing so I can look this up. Let me look up this body count thing. So in the first scene, this is from Fermented Cinema. Well, yeah, he does kill Sean Bean. That's true. Oh, this doesn't count them? No, this. I don't think this counts them. Okay, no, this doesn't. I thought. I'm trying to see if there's something that counts all of this. My God, man. Yeah. No, I want. God damn. Why is there not a fucking. You guys can say one thing, that doesn't mean that's what it is. And people just want to say, oh, it's like the Matrix. It's nothing like the Matrix. It's not that much like the Matrix. And even watching it, it's not that much like the fucking Matrix, guys. It's really not. Oh, this says movie body counts. No, it just gives the number. It doesn't say, like, what all the 118 was. So he killed apparently 22 people in the Pitch Black Justice bit. Killed Sean Bean. Apparently killed 13 people during the puppy shootout. He kills over 50 people in the hallway. 8 in the office with the sword. Was there really 13 people with the puppy thing? There's the 2 he shoots with the shotgun. Oh yeah, there's the bit where he does the thing, that's right. There's that as well. Just the 2 he killed with the shotgun. When he did the flying thing, which was cool, and then the people in the middle, yeah. So yeah, 53 people in that hallway, not without incident. Yeah, I do love that scene too. That'll be coming up soon. So yeah, he's gonna kill a shitload of people. He's gonna kill 53, 60, 62, 70. How many? 53? Yeah, over 70. In other words, he's gonna be killing a lot of motherfuckers coming up. That's the thing. He don't be killing a lot of motherfuckers in a bit. A lot of motherfuckers. That's what it means. This is all a ploy because, of course, they don't think Taye Diggs is the culprit. We know what you're doing. We know what's going on. Get us in all the way with the rebels, and we'll take them all down, and it'll be a good day. What they don't know is they're gonna piss off the wrong motherfucker. They're gonna piss off the wrong guy. You underestimated the wrong motherfucker. That's the problem. But I mean, hey, there's obviously people like me the people who enjoy film like this, they're the reason why the John Wick films, were successful. Because a lot of us missed films like that, enjoy films like that, fun escapism. And hey, doesn't mean I love every single one of them. I did not like John Wick 4. I did not like the new Jason Statham film, A Working Man. Again, does that mean I love every single one of them? Do I like a lot of them? Sure. Do I love all of them? No. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, this is where you don't find his supplies are gone. He's going like, what the fuck happened? Yep. I like this moment because you think, okay, is the son going to turn him in just like he had to turn in his own wife, this kid's mother? And we saw that one family turned in another. Ah, this scene always worked for me. Like this father. That you know what I have to do now. And that little smile that the kid has. Well, again, where is the dog? I mean, they went in, obviously didn't find the puppy, so I can't. But that's my one. That's one of my questions. Where is the puppy this whole fucking time? Because at the end, the kid's playing with the puppy, but with all this other time, what happened to the puppy? Where is the fucking puppy? I don't know where the puppy is. Just someone tell me where the fuck the puppy is this whole time. Because they went in search of the apartment. Obviously, they didn't find the puppy. Otherwise, they would have killed it and stuff. I mean, I guess the argument you could say is maybe he had the pup in his apartment. I mean, his room. But you never see it. And then the kid hid the puppy somewhere. I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's a cool door that they have there. I think there's definitely some ambitious stuff here. I like this suit he's wearing too. It's a cool looking suit. This is where he finds out he's been fucked over, and yeah, this is where no, not without incident. Yeah, because this is where you're checking the emotions, and you find out that the rebels are being fucked over and such, and you find out there's all been a plan and a ploy, and we all knew. Yep, there's Taye Diggs. No, not without incident. See, when he's calm and like the one guy's like, oh shit. Because you see he's being like scared, excited. But when he's in control of his emotions, he's going to go into John Wick style. I mean, we got 15 minutes left of the film. I can say here, since there'll be a lot of action coming up, this is still a damn good movie. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It deserves the 7.3 on IMDb. This deserved a better fate. This is a lot better movie than people gave it credit for. I'm glad Rapper Kirby 3K requested this, not only for that kindness and for the money, the request, but to see this film again. It's a damn good movie. Again, I saw this on DVD back in the day. I always do this. I always think the DVD's gonna be like right over here, which it like never is. But yeah, underrated film. I know it. Well, how's it underrated? No, even with that rating on IMDb, it's still underrated because nobody talks about the film, and it should. It should be talked about a lot fucking more. It deserves it. In my eyes, it deserves it. I like this build-up of... I think this is a good job editing, build-up wise. No. Oh shit. Not without incident. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the pies hit the floor. But he had such an awesome suit. Gunplay. That's a cool little bit. I mean, I'm not going to be able to count. I'm like, I don't know if it's 53 people or a shitload of people. Well, he does reload. It's a lot of fucking people. It's a pretty badass scene. I don't know if it's fucking 53, but still pretty fucking badass. That's one of those like, fuck yeah moments. And this is what I was talking about before. Oh, not yet. We got these guys to take care of. You want to go at me one at a time? It's like, you sure you want to do this? I like that little smile. Ooh, there you go. I like that reaction from the bad guy. Like, what the fuck? This is what I was talking about before. Like, when he was emotional, he had a bit of a even fight with Taye Diggs. But now that he is no fucks given, this is going to be a piece of cake. Like, this is the true phew, phew, pew, the true bit. Now, granted, quite a bit of digital on this, but I do like the idea behind it, and it was surprising to see when I first saw this. Like, oh shit, it is very digital though. I wish there was a way they did this practically. But I remember, ooh, I mean, it does look a bit, digital, because it is. But I don't know. It goes by quick enough. I'm able to forgive it. And it's not wall-to-wall CGI and stuff. So, and I like the idea behind it too. I know some will label this a bit silly, like was this ballet or something. But yeah, I thought it was like them attempting to do something a bit different with a fight with the villain instead of just a fist fight or gunfight, like a mix of both. But that's what's funny about that. When you have films back to the day of Hong Kong, and you have the wushu films and films where they could fly in the air and do all this, very, very choreographed ballet style. The critics would be like, wow, this is fantastic. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon even. This is amazing, fantastic. And then back to the day, oh my god, this is so wonderful what they're doing here, because apparently no films in Hong Kong are bad, or no films in Hong Kong, at least based with American critics. Oh, they're all good because they're from Hong Kong. Like, not every American film is bad or good, and not every Hong Kong film is bad or good. They're good, they're bad, just depends. Those are the two dead guys. It's like, do you really want to test this guy? Exactly. I thought this was a really cool bit too. Just blowing these monitors away. Like a cool like stance for your main hero. Define the system type of thing. And that's our reminder that the puppy is still there. There's the rebels taking care of business. Damn, they got wiped the fuck out. Now it's our turn, bitches. A bit of like a Blade Runner type of shot. Welcome to the human race. I don't know why that made me think of Escape from LA. Run, baby, run away. I know, that's a different movie. Escape from LA. The Weinsteins. Boo! Fuck the Weinsteins. Bob and Harvey. Fuck both of them. They were both in a Flying 69 with each other. Yeah, this film still holds up. Still a damn good movie. Yeah, this film, still a good one. Still don't think it did not deserve the bad rep it got. Did not deserve the bad hype it got. At the time, I should say. Didn't deserve the bomb like it did. It's a damn good film. Again, it's not the most original plot in terms of, like I said, if you know the George Orwell stuff, 1984, Fahrenheit 451, stuff of that nature, it'll remind you of that. But like I said, taking that and doing it with this action film backbone. Well, not even. No, I would switch that. I would say the 1984 George Orwell. That is the backbone, and then give it the flourish of an action-driven, cathartic entertainment. I appreciate that. That's what I prefer. A bit of entertainment with the messages and stuff. That's what I'm more drawn towards. What I prefer. What I like. So, to me, that's all good. Yeah, at least to me. So, there you go. That's just my opinion on it. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks once again to Rapid Kirby 3K. See you guys later.